And we're streaming.
Oh, trees.
Yeah, that's pretty sauce. So I love how. So just so you people are aware, we're probably gonna be talking about some dirty stuff at least for a little bit. So if you don't like that, then please go. Hi,
I
PewDiePie
hit for
Slaves.
10
What a
trillion.
great name. His name is PewDiePie's Slave.
I think I've seen that guy on my stream before.
Here we go.
Okay, so I'm making a layout. It's a bad.
Come on. Here we go.
Banner. Pull. What? So.
I got an ice pack hat. Let's go.
So I love how
ice
like.
Pack.
Okay, I love how you're. I love how we're like. I love how I'd be like, dude, I'm so horny. I could literally just have gay sex right now. And then you're just like, I'm like, I want to fuck somebody. And then you're like, dude, I really want a hat in Roblox.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what's happening right now. That's so funny.
I agree with that statement.
Embarrassing.
100%.
What?
That is probably the most truthful thing I've ever heard you ever say.
Wow.
Here we go. Come on. Here we go.
Since I now hit for 10 trillion, I'm gonna help the people back in Crystal Caverns by just destroying the big box.
Nice. Jeez. R/I destroy. Yeah, pretty
much. Oh my god, I am destroying it.
Mod.
Come on.
PewDiePie Slaves now mod.
Here we go.
Damn, I was gonna do that, but okay. Do what? Oh, okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Time to post this conversation on Reddit. Okay, you can do that. Be sure to include my channel name. Yeah, you have to. You can include my chat of my name is Cheeseburger, if that's even there.
Hamburg.
Come on.
You got banned from the Universe, yeah. Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
I got a bacon crown. That's pretty epic.
I'll just link the stream. Oh, okay. Hey, Lizard Quad 55. Okay, that's an interesting name. I've never seen you before. Pushes door open. You don't need to break doors this time. What? Huh?
Sauce.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, I think I've seen you a bunch, so you're gonna be mod. Jackiozo or something. I don't even know how to say half my mod names, honestly. Oh, whoa, is everywhere? No? What? No love request right now, or no? No, sorry, but no love request right now, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of making a lay, I'm just kind of chilling.
And then there's me.
Playing Roblox.
Subscribe to Snowy.
Please don't. Actually do, though. I'm kidding, do. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. No level.
It's saucy.
You made a hard demon layout? Do you have it on your channel? I'm kind of curious now. When is its play wave bath? I have no clue what you're even talking about. When is its play wave bath? If you oboe, then you've yeed your last yaw partner. I'm whoa. Oh fuck. No, you didn't upload it, okay. Bro. Oh, I'm on now, yeah, yes you are. No, but it's really hard, it took me a while to verify. Oh, GG, you verified, that's pretty cool. I don't verify after that,
I got another hat that's probably holy.
I love how...
So much.
I love how Snowy's gonna buff this to Extreme Demon or something, and he's gonna...
Oh yeah, I'm gonna buff it and I'm gonna attempt to beat it.
Yeah. to like extreme demon or insane demon difficulty.
I'm scared because I'm not sure how I'm gonna buff part of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of not hard. It's pretty hard to buff some things. I kind of.
I'll find my ways.
You'll find your games. What?
Who messaged me? Yo, guys!
This is such a dumb song.
What do you mean? It's a dumb song.
Wait, can
It's
you
a
join the
deep
Discord?
song.
Can you join the Discord? You can.
Eh.
Maybe later. I don't know. I'm not sure. If you think you can embarrass yourself making a layout, wait until the day I stream myself making a layout. Ooh. You should.
He basically just killed himself.
Should I go live on the stream? So, what, are you gonna live stream my live stream? Is what you're saying, or what?
Ooh. Monstrous magma wing. Oh my god, my damage is about to increase by it just increased by 2 trillion.
That's wacky. I spoke to you on Discord in a year. Oh, why did you say pony? Oh no.
Yo, guys, check it out.
Accidentally called you pony. You're like the only person who knows that secret.
Yo, guys, check it out. Guess what?
Yo, guys, check it out. That's all I had to say.
Yo, guys, check it out. Guess what?
This is gonna be so.
Guess what
dumb.
happened to me?
I peed.
Yeah.
That's it.
And he's just dripping. Oh.
Get out. Guess what?
Oh.
Yo, guys, check
My
it out.
level
What happened to me?
has many damn hard timings. Manny? You're doing homework. Of course you're doing homework. What? Honestly, I'm not sure if I love or
Yo,
hate
guys,
that.
check it out.
Dude, I'm not sure if I love or hate the fact that like people are literally like going doing like not doing their homework or doing stuff like that. Well, like to watch
Wait,
my
look
stream.
at my screen real quick if you wanted to see something a little bit strange.
Get out. Get out. Guess what happened?
Hello.
Guess what?
Guess what happened to me?
I am P.
I am P. I am the physical embodiment of P.
Yes. Let's play this. Oh.
Jesus Christ, there's a location after this called the Matrix. That, like,
Literally
at
just
some point
called The
will be coming
Matrix.
out.
Okay. Also, that's loud. This is great.
One time I.
Yo, guys, check this out. I just puked. Wow, I agree. It's directed by Jake James. I mean, Jet James. Okay.
I mean, hams.
Yeah. Time for the worst part. Here we go. I died. I did before the straight fly at the end. Have you ever seen that one funny video where the guy gets where this guy gets stabbed this guy stabs his phone with a knife and it plays that sound effect on his phone? Maybe?
I've seen of it.
Probably
He
have.
stabs his phone and it just goes to a sound playing app that just plays the Seinfeld theme.
That's pretty great.
I'll find it.
I think I've heard it before.
Well, I'm gonna want. The man stabs phone Seinfeld.
I'm a I should make the therapist version of this. Remember the therapist video? Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna stream this to my fellow peoples. Oh god, help. 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 Hurry. Just make capture it. Best of that's my first one. Come on. You Pronglius.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Have you ever wondered what flavor of poo is the most delicious?
Teach the world to fat son though lol.
I've heard that.
Oh. Okay. Wow, it's buffed this version too. Oh yeah, you're right. God, I just remembered buff this. I hate myself now.
Stay at the
Dude, you don't know what I'm gonna do. Actually, never mind, because the song will be out sync. Damn it. Ugh. Dude, everybody who hasn't seen Therapists, like Deer, it's called Deer and
I'm
Down.
literally like your exiting sound.
The what? I didn't even
I like
hear
that
you.
your exiting sound.
Yeah. Why? Okay,
Why?
okay, there you go. Okay, Deer and Doubt. Here we go. This is probably a bad idea. It really was, because And Out now hates me for this.
Woman. Cut yourself. Woman.
I love how it doesn't even say.
Woman.
Just potions that involve a lot.
Woman.
Hey, serious.
Woman.
When you're short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time.
Looking at RT game video.
Therapist. Therapist.
They have everything for your man to enjoy. You can hang out all the boys. It's fun to stay at home.
Therapist.
It's fun to stay at home.
Therapist.
You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel.
Except cut yourself.
I mean, like, hey, I gave her advice. Honestly. Okay. Oh yeah, I heard Auditorium Breaker and Generic Sonic Wave got ready. Here, let's double check this. Oh my god, Demos, Generic Wave. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is wacky.
Whoa, what's this?
It's literally just. I hate this. It's like Super Mario Made 2. Okay, that's pretty good. Super Mario Made 2. I need to sub-Bubsy that right now. I don't even care. This stream is going all over the place. Jesus. Okay. Super Mario Maker 2 logo. This is gonna be really easy. Okay. Okay, here we go. Super Mario Made 2. It actually won't be
Wait, did you say
that hard.
Super Mario?
Yeah, I got a Discord message. And now I'm gonna sub-Bubsy it. Probably don't even want. You probably don't even know what Spubsy is, you idiot. Oh hi. Oh, hey, Brutus. Yeah, I'm gonna Sububsy this live. I mean, Spubsy. Spubby. You have class tomorrow? Bye? Okay. Brutus Looky. Oof. Hey. This
Lasagna.
chat is great. I love my people. Finally,
I like
someone speaking my
lasagna.
language. Here's Dims. Move. Okay, here we go. We're gonna bruh. Okay, here we go. So this part actually won't be that hard. My dated stream dead. Are you serious?